What up? Welcome to the Swish Masters Podcast. It's your boy Zay, the executive producer. I got the guru with me. My bad. QtheGuru.
Oh, good.
What's happening, man?
What's happening, bro? What's happening, Swishes? Swish Masters Podcast. We are back. Basketball is happening, bro. I'm getting confused, bro. These games lately, bro. I feel like I'm watching Raw versus SmackDown out here. It's crazy.
Definitely.
Multiple skirmishes out here.
Yeah, man. We got some WWE Rumble matchups of the night going on these past couple games, for real. Real chippy out here.
Yeah, can't wait to get into that, bro. We'll talk about some injury updates for a couple of these teams, man. Significant injuries.
Yeah,
it's tough out here. Yeah, man. How's the Clippers experiment going? How's the Harden system going? We're going to talk about that with you. And we also will have our continuation of our NBA season preview series. And today we'll be focusing on the Central Division. So for you Central Division fans, like, this is a podcast for you as well. So excited to get into it, bro. Get into some highlights, some top players that have been performing really well. So yeah, a lot to talk about. Glad to be here. Glad to talk hoops and run, boy. So and with you all. So yeah, let's get into it, bro.
Let's go.
As we mentioned, I don't know what the NBA is trying to pull out here. I don't know if they signed a deal with I forgot who's over WWE right now. I think it's Stephanie McMahon probably. But like, yo, and Triple H out there. So like, what are they doing, bro? What are y'all doing? If y'all haven't seen the video already, it's made its rounds everywhere.
Yeah.
But we have still shots for you. But yo, don't get me wrong. Okay, it started off with Clay, right?
Of all people.
Clay and Jay McDaniels.
Yeah.
They got into a little skirmish or whatever. And then, okay, Rudy Gobert got in there. So, okay, yo, get your hands on my boy. So you kind of grab Clay. And Draymond come out the corner of my screen so quick. And he wrapped dude up around his neck. And literally dragging this dude. Dragging him.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We don't support or advocate violence on this podcast. But that was funny as I don't know what, bro. I was laughing the whole time, bro. Like, that is hilarious. Every time they showed the highlight, I couldn't help but laugh, bro. I'm like, everybody making jokes too, bro, because everybody's like, yo, Draymond couldn't wait to take the chance. That's how he got in there so quick, bro. Fast as I seen Draymond move. Like, 0.2 seconds. Like,
man.
He's gone.
Wow, man. It was like an instant. I'm like, did this man become the Flash? Did he teleport? Like, I didn't even, when the initial skirmish happens and it's between Clay and Jaden, I don't know, the team start gathering. Draymond isn't in the picture, but then like the next second you blink, there he is putting Gobert in the headlock. I'm like, bro, where did you come from?
Dragged him, bro.
Were you didn't even see him in the arena. Then he was there. I was like, bro, what? How did he? And it's just Twitter. Shout out to NBA Twitter. Shout out to Twitter, man. The culture is so impactful, bro. Saw so many memes, so many people just quick to react and share their thoughts, bro. Like, I've seen some stuff on the internet today, or the past like 24 hours, that just gave me a good cackle for sure. And like you said, we don't support violence, and obviously this is not a good look for the league or any, players in general. But it's entertaining, and we have to make fun of Draymond. I'm sorry, I got to make fun of this man. He
don't
He
know.
didn't even grab McDaniels, who ripped Clay's jersey off of him. He grabbed Gobert. He was like, "You know who I got beef with? You. Go get him." I was just like, "Bro, what did you?" Gobert was just like, you got to come to the defense of your teammate. So Gobert goes, "All right, let me break this up. Whatever." Draymond, no, revenge for whatever he. I don't know. They got a secret beef, I guess. And Draymond was like, "Nah, today's the day." And as you can see on the screen, life imitates art, bro. If y'all haven't seen Baby Boy, go check it out. Because this was the exact same shot. And hey, Draymond took this picture with the WWE belt long before this, and he was foreshadowing his next career. Like, we're gonna see him in the ring, bro. He's auditioned, and I think he made a solid debut this night. That's all I can say, bro.
I know this man got a right hook, and I know he can put people in the headlock now. So don't mess with Draymond.
Yeah,
but
I literally saw. I wish I had the video. I literally saw a highlight reel with no basketball highlights of Draymond Green. You're an NBA player, and they got a whole reel of just you spearing people, kick them in the midsection, the headlock, obviously. just ridiculousness, bro. This is ridiculous.
Oh, I remember, bro.
This is so.
I don't know how Steve Adams still walking right now, but he is. By the grace of God, they're like, yo, Draymond. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And it sucks that he's always the center of stuff like this.
Yeah. That
just speaks to his reputation, though. And even before this, I don't know if you're aware of this, but he's gotten to some altercations before this game, this season.
You're right.
Like 3 other instances before this.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what's going on with Draymond, man. It's clear that he's not the same guy he used to be. So, is he overcompensating by being this way? Or just, I ain't gonna lie. Did you see what Rudy Gobert said?
I did.
I'll bring that up now, since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I don't have the exact quote in front of me. But it was like, it's some clownish behavior, what Draymond is doing. And basically the paraphrase, whenever Steph is out, he don't want to play, so he finds himself to get ejected. So, like, shots fired,
Yeah.
So basically calling this man out, saying like, you don't want to play whenever your Steph not here to carry you, basically. Yeah. Kind of what he's saying. So, bro, I'll put up the exact quote, but like, man, what's your reaction to that? I'll put up the exact quote though.
Man, it is a dangerous cycle that we're seeing with Draymond. On a serious note, bro. Like you said, the past few games, we have plenty of examples throughout his career that he's been kind of a hothead or just kind of lost his temper in ways that cost him games and money, and ultimately was detrimental to his team. This year, and even with the Timberwolves already, they played a game before this game. He was chirping with Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards goes off for multiple buckets, and they win. I want to say in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a bit of their game versus the Cavaliers. Draymond gets into a little pushing match with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan, is I don't think Donovan Mitchell's ever been like the type of like rah like talking back and forth type of dude, unless somebody talks to him like in this instance. And I think Draymond got ejected for that game. So now you come to, we're not even, 6-7 games into the year? Maybe? Like, we're less than 10 games into the year, and Draymond literally got into a whole chokehold with this man. And now he's suspended 5 games. And people are also not happy about that because they're looking at the John Morant situation like, all right, We gave Ja 25 games for something that happened off the court. And they're like, you got to keep the same energy. And I'm like, at this point, they're not wrong because Draymond has a history of antics, getting kicked out of games, getting technicals, getting ejected, getting suspended. And you start off with it. At this, it's like, bro, it's so early in the season, and you getting 5 games. You getting 5 games. We're not 10 games into the year, bro. It's a bad look. I get it. You're an enforcer. You're tough. That's fine. I think that the league needs toughness. You need to show, or you need guys that will, stand up for your teammates. But at a certain degree, you have to do this with diligence. You have to understand like the situation. Like this was just like a bad, I don't know, very bad decision. I'm like, if he would have like pushed Rudy, I don't think he would have got suspended. But the fact that he went fully into like grabbing Rudy Gobert, who didn't start the altercation, who's trying to like, all right, I'm, as a teammate, that's what you're supposed to do. Protect your teammates, separate the guys, whatever. Draymond just comes out of nowhere and puts his man in a headlock. He doesn't push him. He doesn't like, grab him like to, separate him. He puts him in a headlock. You go for his neck. Like, bro, what are you doing? And it's like I feel like I respect Draymond. I think he does a lot of good things on the court. But if I'm the Warriors, this makes me look at him differently. Like, can I trust this guy to do the right thing when it comes down? Like, and we're early in the season, but when it comes to mid-season, where we need a push and when we need to make a run of games to get into the playoffs to increase our seeding, or if it's late in the season, or if it's in the playoffs, can I rely on you to keep your cool, to level your head to where you don't do something totally unrelated, WWE moves on the court that you get suspended and we actually may need you? I just don't think it's a good look. And I hope, hopefully he's learning about this, but I feel like at a certain point in his tenure, it looks very bad because you're too old for this, and I don't know. I feel like you should know better than this. That's just me.
I think the NBA is agreeing with you too, because this happened on in-season tournament night, which is something they're trying to push because they're trying to get more involvement and engagement with the fans now. On the other hand, it's just like this do increase engagement somewhat because everybody's talking about it. On one hand,
that's true.
It's increasing engagement. But on the other hand, that's not the look that the league wants. So it's not good. It doesn't look good for what they're trying to do with these new TV deals and all that stuff. So it doesn't look good. Yeah. It's not a good look, which leads to the 5 games. Now, some people, like you're saying, thought he should have more. Some were calling for 10, at the minimum.
Yeah.
So some were thinking that they should go as low as like 2 or 3. So 5 is like a happy medium. And I just want to clarify what Rudy Gobert said. He said it's kind of funny because before the game, I was telling myself that Steph is not playing, so I know Draymond is going to try to get ejected. Because every time Steph doesn't play, he doesn't want to play. It's his guy, Steph. He'll do anything he can to get ejected. Clown behavior. And I'm proud of myself for being the bigger man again and again. I have a comment about that. I got a comment about that, Rudy, but I'm going to keep going. I'm proud of myself for being the bigger man again and again. And yeah, doesn't deserve me putting my hands on him. My team needed me tonight. I did whatever I could to keep my cool and then show that I wasn't making the situation worse. And I do hope the league is going to do what needs to be done, because that's just clown behavior. Not much to say, his clown behavior. But dude, you did not make the situation better though, Rudy. You literally put your hands and your neck around Clay too. I'm just saying, like, he kind of did something similar, so that doesn't help. And honestly, the rule is, I forgot which analyst said that, but typically when there's a skirmish, teammate goes for teammate. You don't go for the other team.
Mm.
You pull your teammate back. That's it. Or just get yourself in the middle of it. You did neither one. You literally grabbed another teammate, like an opposing team.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's all Draymond needed, bro. He just needed an excuse.
Yeah.
Give me one reason.
Yeah.
And he went ahead and did it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think they need to box it out. They need to go ahead and go league the NBA WWE crossover. Rudy Gobert versus Draymond opening night. Set your bets. I want to see it.
All-Star weekend. Make an event. Halftime event. Y'all go at it.
There we go. I'm telling you, man. NBA, listen to Q and I. We're selling you the gold. Draymond, Rudy, who else? McDaniels. He punched the wall last year. Throw him in. Just make it a whole
that was
Rumble match. Let's do it, guys. I'm ready. I'll actually watch some wrestling then.
Mm-hmm. But do you think the suspension is enough to kind of put a cap on this conversation? You think that's enough what the league did, or should need more?
If I'm looking at it from an objective standpoint,
so let me give an overall synopsis of what happened. So first of all, Clay, Jay McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert have each been fined $25,000 for their roles in the incident. And again, that started when Thompson and McDaniels got entangled up. And then Gobert came in and wrapped up on Thompson. And then we all talked about what Green just did. So on that night, McDaniels and Thompson were both assessed a technical foul and they were ejected. Green was assessed a flagrant 2 foul and was ejected. Wow. Guess that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's literally only Green that's got suspended. And the length of the suspension is based on, in part, of Green's history of unsportsmanlike acts. So, and kind of goes like what you were saying with John Morant. Like, although he did it before, that warranted a lengthier extension, like suspension for him. Mm-hmm. This is on the court compared to off the court. So,
yeah,
you made some good points there. So, do you think the suspension length is fair, or?
I'm gonna say it's fair because, and if we are going to compare the Ja situation with Draymond's, I think you got to take into mind that Ja had a whole gun, which is, and especially in this country and the status of guns and violence and all of that, it's a very tough look. I don't think he should have got the 25 games, obviously, but I understand it. Draymond, on the other hand, he didn't throw a punch. No one bled. Well, Clay might have been bleeding a little bit from getting his jersey snatched off, but no like punches were thrown, but he was excessive and he has a history.
Like, I feel like he just grabbed him. That was it. It wouldn't be as. The fact is that he grabbed him and literally dragged. That's the thing. Yeah. And despite the pleas of the coaches saying let him go, you're still doing it. So it's like that. Yeah. All that. Yeah. Kind of leads to it. So I think 5 is okay.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the 5. I wouldn't have been mad if he got a little bit more. I'm not like a 20 game suspension or anything like that. No. If it would have been anywhere between 5 and 10, I feel like was fair because of his history. You have to. I feel like that has to be taken into consideration, and just the excessiveness of his action was that not only did he grab the man around his neck, he drug him, and then the initial, like you can see in the picture here, Clay and McDaniels are still like near each other, and it's just like them separating a couple players. But then you got the whole other thing that it wasn't Draymond or Rudy, but now the whole team is centered around them.
Yeah.
So
And
it's like
I feel like they got some free shots in too. Wow, he's being held like that. I think they probably did
they
get some
probably
free
did.
shots at Rudy. So
Yeah.
that
But
is,
I think it's fair.
yeah.
But if he would have got like 10 games, I think that would have been fair as well.
Oh yeah, I would have been okay with 10.
Yeah. But the other thing before we move on,
Yeah.
he got 5 from the league. So the team could still like punish him. They still could like hold him out for games too. So that could be a possibility because they just signed him to an extension and they're investing in him. So they're like, come on, man. Like
That's a good point. But I kind of doubt it though because Steve Kerr has his back about it. So,
but you have to though. That's your team. That's your guys. So I get
that's why. Yeah, that's why I don't think they'll do anything more than that.
Yeah, it's fair.
But yeah, that's a good point though. They could, but I don't necessarily think they will though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Draymond Green.
Classic.
So what was overshadowing that whole thing was we also had another game there. Happened the same night. Clippers and Nuggets in season tournament night. And this would be, can Harden finally get a win? Up to this point, they were entering 0-4 with Harden.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they continue to 0-5. So if you look on your screen, if you are video viewers on audio, we're pulling up some stats from James Harden. They're 0-4 since the Harden trade. They've lost to Dallas, Brooklyn, New York, and Memphis. How you lose to Memphis? Anyway, Harden was averaging to that point 13.5 points, 5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 47% shooting from the field, 37% shooting from 3, and a plus minus of -16. So, overall outlook of how he's been on the court. Now, and going into this game, it was actually a little bit more competitive than you probably think it would be. To tell you, they kept it tight, although the Nuggets were without Jamal Murray. They kept it tight, though. Honestly, with those stars, you should be in every game at least. And they were in it. They were down a couple times, then they came back up. And what's funny is, I watched this game. They actually had a shot while Harden was off the court. That's when they made their run. Harden wasn't even on the court. It was like Russ, Kawhi, PG, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, like those mix, like the original Clippers before this trade. They made them run. PJ Tucker was effective. So like, and then Ty Lue, I don't know, man. Some of these lineups are iffy because you clearly got everyone and their mama can see what they're doing. Like if you go small, all I'm gonna do is go in the post, and no one is better than that at Jokic. And what makes it worse is Jokic is an amazing, elite, above elite passer. So he can dissect where the ball needs to go.
Yeah.
No matter when you bring the double team, it doesn't matter. So that was questionable to me. The only big man you had was Zubac. I know he was in foul trouble. Yeah, but he only had 4 to that point, and you don't see Zubac again at all in the rest of the fourth, except to get a rebound when the game was tight off the free throw. So that's what the game came down to. You remove Russ as well in the closing lineup. You tried to decide to close out with Harden, and that's when they went on the run, and eventually the Clippers lost. And to be fair, Kawhi hasn't been playing well either.
Yeah.
All of them have not been playing well. Russ either. This has been a shock to the system for everybody. Only person been playing decent is PG. However, the only thing about PG, I don't know if y'all saw this highlight too, but for the game winner, and this is a play out of a timeout. So I don't get this play. This is a bad play. Uh, a contested three that gets a wedgie. That's and you've probably seen all the memes and stuff about like ball game from his Gatorade commercial, and instead of it going in, get a
Yeah.
wedgie. So
Yeah.
I could point out a lot of things wrong with this Clippers team. And it's not solely just James Harden's fault,
Hmm.
but this is not looking good. And I know it's very early, and I know they need some time to play, but you want to have good seating as well.
Yeah.
This is not looking good. I don't know why they did the trade in the first place. I thought they were competitive before this trade. Now you put yourself in a worse spot because you need bodies and you don't have those bodies. You don't have these big men. You lost your front court. What you gonna do? So it seems like a trade has to be on the horizon for this team to be competitive. Because otherwise, I don't see it. Last thing on my spiel for hard if I let this go. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if y'all heard his comments today or last night. That makes it so much worse to me.
Uh-oh.
It's so much worse. Because this is the thing about Harden, bro. I want to put up the exact quote that he said.
Yeah, let's hear it, bro.
Because I don't know. Have you heard it?
I saw something about it, but I didn't actually listen or read it. So it'll be my first time reacting to it.
Okay. Come on, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been tough to watch with the Clippers.
Because now they're 0-5.
Also, this is the since this is Kawhi's longest losing streak since high school. I saw that stat on Twitter today.
Really?
Wow. He's never lost like more than 5 or 6 games in a row. I think they're on a 6-game losing streak overall, and obviously they've lost every game with Harden, but they lost a couple before that too. And it's his longest losing streak ever, which is like
overall the streak is 6 for the Clippers.
Yeah.
But since Harden, well, technically he didn't play that one game because PJ Tucker played instead. But anyway, technically, since Harden's been playing and on the roster actually playing, on 5. Overall, Clippers losing streak is 6, which is crazy. Because before that, they had a good start.
Had a good team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in total, 6 since trading for Harden, 5 with Harden in the lineup. So they most recently lost 111 to 108, and it was tough. So remember, before the trade, Harden did not participate in training camp with the Sixers. So this is his first time playing basketball.
Yeah.
After the loss to Denver, Harden explained that his lack of training camp has impacted the start of his season. This is his quote. I kept reiterating, I didn't have a training camp or a preseason, so kind of learning on the fly. Also getting myself into James Harden shape. Tonight was definitely another step in the right direction and just keep improving. Okay. Dude, first of all, I am feeling no sympathy for you, sir. You did this yourself. You put yourself in this situation. Now, I know you're trying to get yourself traded, but who says you can't do stuff while you're like at home? You know what I'm saying? Like, who says you can't do stuff? Who restrict? You're James Harden. You can go to anybody's gyms you want. You can pull up somebody's house and be like, "Hey, I'm James Harden. Never use a basketball court." You can do that because you're James Harden. But to blame lack of training camp and not being in basketball shape or James Harden shape, bruh, I don't want to hear that. And I'm glad I'm not a Clippers fan because I'll be upset if I was a Clippers fan. If you're a Clippers fan, Swish Masters Podcast, how do you feel about hearing these comments? Because to me, it sounds like an excuse. And I don't want to hear no excuses. James freaking Harden. Former MVP. Former multiple-time scoring champion. Assist leader. You're James Harden. Don't want to hear that. The system. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I'm done, bro. And I wish I had a clip of the Mavs dude going off on James Harden. I would play that 50 times a day. Play in the Clippers arena all day.
oh.
Because he went off. And if y'all ain't see that video, I encourage y'all to watch it. He broke
Yeah.
it beautifully. A masterpiece.
Oh my god.
He painted a whole picture and then some about this whole James Harden situation. And so y'all watch it. The Mavs team took it down, but you can watch it anywhere because it's up there. Because that thing went viral and deservingly so. So I'm done, bro. My bad.
No.
Wasting time, bro. But man, James Harden just frustrating, bro.
Oh,
Because
bro.
now what's gonna happen with Russ? Because Russ ain't playing now. I'm scared he ain't gonna get his contract. He deserves now because he was playing so good before this stuff. And now, and by the way, Russ and Kawhi didn't speak to the media after the game last night. So that tells you something too. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, bro. Ty Lue, do better with the rotations. That's all I can say. Split the time up. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I'm done. My bad.
Dog, you killed me when you said I'm James Harden. Use your basketball court.
You can if he wants to. Like, yo. That's James Harden's son. Go ahead and use it.
Oh my gosh, man.
Because you're instantly recognizable with the beard. Yeah, so like, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that was the real quote, like
Yes,
verbatim.
yes. That's why I wanted to pull it up.
Oh,
That's the exact quote, word for
this
word.
is bad.
I ain't paraphrasing nothing. That's why I was like, yo.
This is bad, bro. This is worse than I thought. This is
Oh, you there? Yo.
If I'm one of the top players in the league, knowing that I've been playing in the league for 13, 14 years, close to that, like almost, over a decade at least. I know I have 82 games to play. I know how many minutes I typically have played over the past few seasons. There's no way that I'm not training or, I understand like you can't really get into basketball condition until you play because that's a different beast. You can't just run and exercise to get into conditioning for sure. But it just is very off-putting coming from James Harden because of his choices that we are well aware of prior to and now during the season. And kind of using that as an excuse is, I mean, we know that you're not in shape completely, but you using it to say, oh, this is, I'm still working through. I would have accepted. I would have much rather him said, we're still gelling, we're still figuring out, we're still like, got a lot to learn about each other.
I don't want no excuses. Nah, dude.
Or just, we got to be better. Something simple. But you saying, oh, I got to still be in shape. I missed training camp. You missed training camp because you chose to. You could have still went to the Philadelphia training camp to hoop and play and get in shape. Mm-hmm. That's his own choices. And I like James Harden. I feel like he's one of the most talented players I've gotten to witness in this decade. But it's like, bro, come on. You can't make that as you can't go to the media with that. Why would you say that? Now you just look bad. Now it's a bad look, bro. And I get it. They have a small sample size. It's very early in the season. So it's just a few games. It's 4 dudes that play with the ball They have to understand and get to know each other, as well as the other guys like Terrence Mann, and understanding each other's roles. But this is looking very bad, bro. And I stand on it. Like I already said, Philadelphia won the trade,
and they look
and
good. They look
Philly,
good.
they literally just lost their first game in 6 games last night.
Mm-hmm. And that
Yeah,
took an
man.
amazing effort just to do that. We'll get to that
Very close game.
later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man. I already said I think it can work. I think it's gonna take some time, obviously, but I also said that James Harden has to change his mindset. He has to buy in. They all have to buy in. But I think that from my understanding, from what I've seen, and from what I've like heard about James Harden and where he's at mentally, he has to make a change, more change than anyone else. I feel like PG and Kawhi have an understanding. They've been together for years. PG came out a couple seasons ago saying that Kawhi is number 1, I'm number 2, and we respect that. Russell Westbrook came right into the organization, made a difference, and he's playing great basketball. Well, he was. And I know it's a lot of attention, a lot of media around James Harden, especially with the past few seasons, how he's gotten out of situations, or he's traded, or he's, coming in out of shape. And we're just seeing continuation of that. We have to see a change in Harden, in his mindset and his style of play. Because right now, we're looking at 13.5 points per game, 4 assists. I saw a stat that was like when he's on the floor, they're negative 6. They're minus 67 and plus minus. Bro, what is happening to you? This is not good. This is not a good look, bro. I don't know. I heard Shaq and Charles Barkley talking about it. They were saying one of them needs to come off the bench. It's not working. I don't know. They need to stagger it up a little bit. That's fair. They also need the time to play. But I think James Harden has to make a mental note to himself to be different. I don't think this is going to work if he doesn't buy into, he's not the best player on the team, in my opinion. Not at this point in his career. He's a great player. But I don't think they can win if he's the best player on the team.
No. Right now, the best player on the team right now is PG.
Yeah.
Right now. And can you win championship with him as your best player? I don't know. That's up for debate. But if you have this many stars around him, ideally you should. And I have to believe Kawhi can get back up to Kawhi level of playing. But yeah, he made some great defensive plays last night in the Nuggets game. Russ was still playing defense, doing some great defensive things. I'm worried about defense a little bit. And we all knew that going into the trade, defense was going to take a hit. Offense was not supposed to take this type of hit, though. Offensively shouldn't have been an issue. But it's a major issue right now. Yeah. So, at first I was like, you can play both of them together. Now I'm leaning towards what Charles was talking about. I don't think you can do it. Because I don't know if you've seen this play either, but there's some plays where James Harden is wide open to shoot.
Mm.
But instead of catching and shooting, guess what he does?
Dribble.
Yep. Dribble. That gives a chance to defend the close out. And it's a tougher shot. Or you have to pass the ball. So it's like he's not in that mindset to be a catch and shoot type player. And I should have predicted that based on the player he's been the majority of his career, not just in OKC days. So it's like it's gonna be hard to go back to OKC days.
Yeah,
because that's how you get in rhythm. You gotta dribble and shoot. Like that's who he is. Mm-hmm. And to do that, to be effective, you gotta have the ball. And everyone knows Rush is he's not the most efficient catch and shoot player.
Mm.
And with those limitations, and you have a center, it's not the most productive. So he needs the ball in his hands to be effective. So unfortunately, one of them got to come off the bench. Now, logistically, you're paying James Harden the most money, so ideally he starts just based on that alone, because most of your value is in him.
Mm.
I want to remind people, Russ is getting paid a bare minimum here, like $3 million or something like that, minimum.
Yeah.
So with that pay, and again, this sucks for Russ because I'm sure that's not what he signed up for, because he can get paid, come off the bench, and a higher amount of money somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But sure, I know that wasn't the plans for us, so it sucks. But I don't know. It's all about the lineups, and you can't trade James Harden again. I don't think that's reasonable, and his trade value is not the best. And we saw that when he got traded to the Clippers.
Yeah.
So whoever has the most trade value can go from there. So I feel like Russ could be on the trading block, and maybe another one of their young players, because it's not going to work. And it sucks. But unless they can improve, unless James proves me wrong, he does become a catch and shoot type player, and we'll just have to see. He could prove me wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree, man. I think there just has to be an adjustment somewhere, whether that's moving one of the guys up to the bench or, making roster changes that make sense.
Yeah, they need big bodies, and Mason Plumlee's out for at least 2 months. So, Zubac is not that type of player.
Yeah.
We saw that in the game. He's not the best finisher around the rim.
Yeah.
He's not the most athletic. So, it is what it is. You need another big man to do some of those things.
Yeah. Speaking of another big man, I just remember this. Daniel Tice is planning to sign with the Clippers once his contract is bought out from the Pacers. I did see that.
It is going to be.
That'll be a good ad for them for sure.
For sure. That's a good ad. That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
Good point.
But yeah, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think of James Harden and the Clippers, man. Who should come off the bench, or what you guys think will work?
Yeah, let us know. All right. Zay, there has been some standout players this early into the season. Players making a name for themselves. Players trying to make an all-NBA claim.
Yeah, man. Got some hoopers going out here. You got a couple 50 balls. It's going down, man.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about this first one, man. Tyrese Maxey. Now, this happened a couple days ago, but, man.
This dude has been on a complete tear. And
James Harden, who? Who needs James Harden? We got Tyrese Maxey. 50 burger.
Man.
Let's go.
Yeah. Not only the 50, but leading up to it, he's been getting 30. He's getting double-digit assists. He's running the offense for the Sixers. Joel Embiid is feasting off of his play. And Embiid was encouraging him to get 50. It's the dynamic in Philly has changed so much, and I feel like honestly, not having James Harden there just kind of freed up the ball for him a little bit more, and he's just been flourishing, man. I'm so happy to see it because he's a very young dude. I think he just turned 22, 23, and the dude is talented, super fast. He can shoot it. He makes the right play. And obviously, he can get to the basket. He can get buckets. So, just want to give a shout out to Tyrese Maxey, man. Love seeing young dudes get the opportunities that they deserve and taking advantage of it like this.
Yo, I'm so serious, bro. At this early stage right now, Sixers are clearly the winners of that trade.
100%.
I know we said addition by subtraction before. I know the math technically don't make sense, y'all. but we're seeing it here.
Yeah.
Literally, truly, in addition, by subtraction, the overall team morale, how they're playing, where they are.
Completely different team.
Shout out to Nick Nurse, too.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. And Embiid took a subtle shot at James. I don't know if you heard this quote. I'm just going to put this out here since we're on the topic real quick.
Yeah.
Here's the exact quote because I don't want to. Okay. So he created a new culture for how things are going right now with this recent run they're on. I think it's a lot of credit to the culture that we have. No one has an ego on this team. We got new guys. We took them in. We got them up to speed. I think the fact that guys want to play with each other and they like being around each other, I think it helps a lot too. Guys are unselfish. The ball is moving no matter if the shots are going in or not. Guys are just happy, just worry about the right things, which is to win. That's the only thing that matters, and that's the only thing that should matter. End quote.
Speaking volumes without saying too much.
I say Harden's name, but you cannot help but to think about that's potentially a shot at James Harden.
I mean, it's up to interpretation, but
it is. But
I think it speaks volumes.
Like, yo,
yeah,
that's it. But someone else we want to give a shout out to. This man has also been hooping, bro. Yo.
The other Tyrese.
The other Tyrese. Yep. The other Tyrese.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Bro. Tyrese Haliburton has been blossoming in all his time, during his time in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Just set an NBA record, 32 assists, 0 turnovers in 2 games.
That's amazing.
Let me say that again. 32 assists in 2 games. 0 turnovers. That's never been done.
I doubt y'all can do that in 2K.
I'm telling you, yeah. I could average 16 assists, but I was gonna get about 5
turnovers now. Yeah, I'm gonna have some turnovers now. Like, yo, I'm gonna get about 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, yo.
For sure.
But I'm be like, hey, my assist to turnover ratio was so good. It's okay. But yo, this dude 0.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
He made no mistakes with the ball and had 32 assists. And that's 16 assists per game in 2 games.
Oof.
That's ridiculous. Not to mention 58 points.
In 2 games. It's crazy.
In 2 games. That's
if you're watching, you see
different.
We got a picture up here of some of his recent games too. 43-12, 23-8, 16-13, 29-10, 25-17, 33-15. The first number I threw out there were the points, y'all. The second number with the assists. High assist numbers. Double-digit assist numbers. This man is balling. Sacramento, what y'all doing? Can you imagine this dude was on this team right now? The Sacramento. Now, he want to be the primary point guard, ball handler. That'll be up for debate, but still, a person of this caliber, this talent, he is also going off. Now, for both Tyrese's, I ain't just say all-star level. I said they're making claim to potentially all-NBA. But this 100%. Type of play here.
100%, yeah.
Like Tyrese, both of them should clearly be an all-star at this point. I know it's super early right now.
Mm-hmm.
Both can have a claim to all-NBA. Especially based on some of the performances we're seeing around the league right now with some of this guard play. So, yeah. Shout out to both Tyrese's, man. Keep balling. Seeing y'all out here, bro. I think Tyrese still remember that comment that dude made last year. Talking about he's not an all-star. Yeah. Can't say that
Wally?
This year. Him. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Yep. Wally Serbiak.
Him. Crazy. Shout out to them, bro.
For sure, man. It's good to see the young guys taking the reins in the league and making an impact, making a big splash, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
For sure, man.
Man, it's been an awesome episode so far, bro. We've been, y'all apologize for my rant on James Harden. That took most of the podcast time. We had stuff reserved to do, talk about our Central Division season predictions, but James Harden just took a whole turn with me. So, my
Man.
apologies. We'll touch on the Central Division next time because there's clearly some teams we need to talk about for sure. Like what's going on with the Bulls, man.
Yeah.
Like for real, that's gonna be a serious discussion that deserves a full podcast discussion. Don't want to shortchange y'all. So, but this will end it on the final swish, and our final swish will be together rethinking about just touching base on some of these injuries around the league, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Zay, you got a list of some of these injuries that happened recently.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the game, and just wanted to list a few names that you may or may not know of, just that are major impact for their teams. And of course, we wish these guys well as they recover and make their way back to the basketball court. Obviously, we had the breaking news from Woj and Shams the other day about Kelly Oubre getting struck by a car.
Mm-hmm.
But in good news, he is back in the practice facility. They're working on his timetable to return. But yeah, man, it was just a crazy one to hear about because it's like, man, he got hit by a car. It's like a wild situation. But we wish him a speedy recovery as well, and hope to see him back soon. A couple more. Jay Crowder for the Bucks. He's out. Got to have surgery on his groin area. That's a tough one for sure. Jamal Murray also is out with a right hamstring strain. He didn't play last night in the Clippers game. Didn't need to. They still, I mean, not for the Clippers, but against the Clippers. So that's a significant one. Mason Plumlee, we talked about earlier, out with that MCL sprain. Going to be at least a couple of weeks. A couple more notable ones. Gabe Vincent for the Lakers. He's out with a knee injury. Tyler Hero is out for the Heat with a bad ankle sprain. Anthony Simons, a guy for the Young Trailblazers squad, had right thumb surgery recently and he's going to miss some time. So yeah, man. Cam Thomas, who has been also like playing great basketball for the Nets, looking like their best player, is out, as well as Ben Simmons, who I think has a irritation in his back or his hip or both. But yeah, some guys are gonna miss some time, and in their absence, their teammates are gonna have to step up. But yeah, overall, we wish these guys well as they make their way back, and it sucks to have to deal with injuries, man. So I know from experience, it's not the best.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Injuries are really unfortunate. Man, this just goes back to the conversation that people have been having about load management. Mm-hmm. This goes back to that science, like, yo, this is really not helping anything. Because you remember that year, it was like all these major stars were getting hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know what year that was. Very recent. It's like, I was like, dang. But load management was not helping. So it's something with that. So I don't know. The endurance of the body to withstand stuff for a full season, I don't know. The solution is either to shorten the season or I don't know, man. I feel like they might have to look at shortening the season if this stuff keeps happening, though. And I know the league just put new measures in place where they can get penalized for missing games. But again, like
when
I said
healthy,
before,
when healthy,
yeah. But what is healthy though?
True.
So like we saw it. Like some of these players are out. Like we're not seeing the big three with the Suns play together now. But at the beginning of the season, when you see that, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's something to kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And see
a lot of gray area in there still.
For sure. It still is. But I know players want to play. It's just, I don't know, man. I know Steve Kerr was for shortening the season a while back. We covered that on one of our older podcasts when those comments first came out.
Yeah.
Are you still supportive of it, or?
Yeah, I think for sure the span of 82 games, and a lot of the time, like 82 games in the matter of, what are we talking here, from October to April for regular season? That's a lot of basketball games within the span of a few months.
Excluding like a couple weeks off for our All-Star.
Yeah.
But even when that, they resume practices later on. So it's like,
Yeah. And you're playing against some of the most athletic guys in the world. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good thing to think about, at least.
They should. If people are concerned about how that matches up historically to stats, because ideally your stats will be greatly affected if you're shorting the season. That's true. But we can like aggregate it and adjust it to be like, if this was 82 games, what would the average be? Mm-hmm. You can do that if you still want to do your comparisons to historical players. So yeah, it's something to look at. And that could increase fan interest, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. You have your team that you watch all the time. For analysts and people that love the sport, it's hard to watch multiple games.
Yeah.
To give insight on all the games. So like this could also increase fan interest to catch more games.
For sure.
Just being realistic, because you know your Heat. I know my OKC.
Yeah.
I know the nationally televised games. Like, if you don't have League Pass, I mean, you out of luck.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of games, man.
A lot of games. A lot of games went on yesterday. A lot of games went on yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and there were multiple skirmishes yesterday. We didn't cover all of them. But like, yo,
that's true.
There's like 3 skirmishes or something like that. I don't know. It was during the in-season tournament.
It's in-season tournament. It's tough, man. Everyone's
competing. Want that money, bro. They want that money. Don't play with that money, bro.
Man, go buy me a new house with that money.
True. For real.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I don't watch every game either. It's honest.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's why we rely on y'all to tell us. If there's something we miss, or y'all tell us. Put in the comments. Let us know. And eventually, we're going to put a feature in here where we go live. You can talk to us live in the podcast. Give us your comments, what you think about stuff like that. And we'll let y'all know when we do that.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Hear your thoughts and opinions and stuff. So, all right, y'all. It's been real. It's been a good one. Catch us. Make sure you subscribe for more updates. Keep liking and subscribing. Before we go, I'll be remiss if I didn't shout out our sponsor, SS96. Look at the ticker below. Check out the website. Check out the content. Zay has more on SS96.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to check out ss96.net. All your hats, hoodies, merch. He's got it. Whatever you need. Holiday season, Christmas gifts. It's about that time. Go get it right now while you have that time. Shout out to our sponsor, Straight Stoner. Check out the music. I got some new stuff coming soon on the Xzequtive production side on that channel. Be sure to tune in, and we appreciate y'all. But for now, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn your notification bells on. Follow us. We appreciate you, and we're gonna keep bringing the heat for y'all. Pun intended. But yeah, man, let us know what y'all think. What's going on with Harden? What's going on with the T-Wolves?
Yeah, was Draymond suspension fair? What do y'all think about that? Yeah.
Or how many games? Stuff.
Yeah. Was 5 enough? What do y'all think about that? So, too much, too little. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good one, man.
It's been good, man. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you tune in next time. Zay excited to talk hoops with you next time, bro. And season tournament still on the way. Knockout round will be coming up at some point. So yeah, we'll break down the season tournament at some point too. So all right. Appreciate y'all.
Stay tuned. Peace.